Though it certainly happens enough, comparatively speaking, downloading a free paper or buying one from a paper mill is the rarest form of plagiarism. More common is the cut and paste from several sources paper. Here's what they tend to look like. A student is assigned a topic and they get their hands on several useful sources. Wikipedia articles are usually at the top of the list. The sources might include textbooks, blog entries, newspaper articles, and whatever else Google can scoop up on the topic. The student then browses the materials, identifies sections that he or she likes or thinks would work in the essay, and copies and pastes them into a Word document. Maybe does a little rearranging and editing, and voila, you've got an essay. It's also common for students to write their own introductory and closing paragraphs, I guess to make it read more like a student essay and maybe tie the copied and pasted bits together a bit better. Is this plagiarism? Yes, it is. And most students understand this, but you'd be surprised how many students think it's not. They think this is an acceptable research essay because they're doing their own research and organizing the bits and pieces into a coherent narrative. It's true they're doing more work than plagiarizing an entire essay, but they're still taking other people's words and ideas and passing them off as their own, and that's plagiarism. Students should know that cut and pasted essays are often very easy to spot because of the dramatic changes in writing style and vocabulary that you often see, and the awkward transitions from one section to the next. Like this example. The second paragraph is not the student's. It's copied and pasted from the Stanford Online Encyclopedia of Philosophy article on Dante. If this was a graduate student writing a thesis, then I wouldn't have batted an eye. But this was a second-year university student in an introductory philosophy class who had a hard time putting together 3 or 4 sentences without a grammar or spelling error. That student would not have written, after his banishment, he addressed himself to Italians generally, and devoted much of his long exile to transmitting the riches of ancient thought and learning as these informed contemporary scholastic culture to an increasingly sophisticated lay readership in their own vernacular. It took about 30 seconds to find the original source online.